Stepped into this travel trailer here. Being that it's only 23 feet, I was legitimately shocked at how large it is inside of this travel trailer. This floor plan layout is fantastic, and I like a lot of what you get here in this model at this price, at this size. It is just fantastic. Let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here taking a look at this 2025 Jayco Jay Feather 19 MRK. This is going to be their smallest tandem axle travel trailer, but it's absolutely massive inside, and you'll see what I mean when we go inside, because I'm not like gassing that up. It legitimately is huge on the inside for the size of the travel trailer that this is, and it really is impressive. So impressive, I mean, this is another one that should have definitely been on my list of considerations for an RV I would buy for myself, and it actually executes on a couple things better than my Alliance Delta does. There's some things that I would argue is not as good on this is my Alliance Delta, but there's certainly some things on here as well that they did better than my Alliance Delta. So before we get into that though, let's look at the floor plan layout here and the price. So you can see here at the Florida RV show where this is being filmed, it is listed at $27,995. Then you can see some of the different, aspects here. One thing I'm not very good at talking about, but you'll see me talk about this more, especially on like TikTok, is the RV Complete program. This is pretty dang cool. Like for the first year of your purchase, you get 13 cents off per gallon of gasoline at Love's gas stations and 20 cents off on diesel. You're also going to get discounts on filling propane and also on dump stations at Love's station or at Love's gas stations there. Comes with a 1-year camping pass at Thousand Trails, so I'm definitely going to be using that as well. That is awesome, and I'm really excited to have that 1-year pass to camp at Thousand Trails locations. And then so many other things too. They have an app that they'll set you up with when you purchase your RV. Their app has campgrounds all over the country that you can look at, and you can, basically plan your trips out and all these different things through resources that they provide for you. Plus, you have like maintenance care and stuff like that in there as well. So many different things that are in that RV Complete program. When you purchase your RV from Blue Compass, they will walk you through everything that comes in this RV Complete VIP membership, and it is a pretty awesome experience. If you watched my video of me buying my RV, I talked about that a little bit in that, and then as I use these things myself, you will see videos that I make, especially on TikTok and YouTube TikTok and Instagram, of me actually using those things and what it looks like to use them. Before I get too far ahead of myself, let me come back over here real quick and let's look at the specs. So unloaded, this is right under 5,000 pounds. It's at 4,690. Hitch weight is 565 pounds. Gross vehicle weight rating is 6,400 pounds, and then it's 23 feet 2 inches. 55-gallon fresh water, 30-gallon gray water, and 30-gallon black water. Technically 30.5 gallons. It looks like it has a tire pressure monitoring system on it. So right away, that's something, my Alliance Delta does not have a tire pressure monitoring system on it. And mind you, I have the Delta Ultralight, which would be almost like a 1-for-1 comparison with a brand like this Jay Feather. But this here has 30-pound propane bottles. So that is a nice upgrade. A lot of travel trailers, including mine, have 20-pound propane bottles. So that's awesome. Power tongue jack up here does have a manual override on that. And then you have a spot for your batteries right there. Has these cool little accent blue lights up front, just gives it a little bit of character. Not many brands out there that are doing that. It is prepped to add side cameras on it. That's also something that's not super common on travel trailers. Pass-through storage compartment is pretty tall, not like terribly wide, but it is decent on the height here. And then it has a slam latch baggage door. Again, another thing that like I wish that my Delta had is these slam latch doors on it instead of the little metal clips. But nonetheless, this has it, and then you have the metal spot right there to hold that in place. This also has these Lippert quick drop stabilizer arms, which these are much better than just a standard manual stabilizer bar. And this is something I also wish that I had, because this is just a little bit more solid on the way that it stabilizes the trailer, and these shoot down incredibly quick. So love this stabilizer system. For a manual stabilizer system, this is about the best out there right now that I have seen. Fully enclosed underbelly. You have a spare tire underneath here as well. All your water tanks and water lines will sit above the enclosed underbelly. And this does have a Norco Industries BAL Next Gen frame. So this is going to be all American made steel. They use huck bolt fasteners here along the frame in a lot of spots where they might traditionally use welds from other frame manufacturers. Those heck bolts basically are going to be a little bit better at the, wear and tear over time with vibrations for long periods of time. Not to say that welds will necessarily fail, but when tested, huck bolts, sorry, do perform better. Um, wow, that slip of the tongue there totally just threw me off. But those huck bolts perform better over long durations of vibration than a weld does. So really good frame that you're getting. They have Goodyear Endurance tires. So this is going to be an E-rated tire, and then it's a 205/75 R14 tire there. You have a standard leaf spring suspension on this travel trailer. Then you have a spot to store your sewer hose, a propane quick connect line, and a tankless on-demand water heater. Ladder to get up onto the roof. You have brake and reverse lights on the back. Not a whole lot of travel trailer brands will give you a reverse light as well, but this does have a reverse light integrated in there. Prep to add a backup camera, and then you have more like beefy outdoor speakers here. I'm not sure the brand on those exactly, but they just look a little bit better, look a little cooler. And then you have your awning, covers over the entry door with an LED light strip there. The black wheels also give it a really nice look, and then it has the Jayco badge on there. So just love everything about the look of this trailer. It just looks cool. It's a cool looking little travel trailer, if you ask me. Up here on the roof real quick, you have a 200-watt solar panel, Coleman Mach AC system, and your Winegard antenna. Now, one thing I always talk about is the seals up here on the roof. These are your responsibility to check and maintain. If you have a roof leak, nobody's really going to feel that bad for you, because the only way you can get a roof leak is if these seals or something up here cracks or tears or, breaks away or anything like that. And it's our job as RV owners to get up here and check these things. And if you do not, that is when you're going to start seeing problems occur over time, where you might have a leak in the roof, and it's going to be your fault. And the same thing goes for me on my travel trailer. If I have a roof leak, I'm not going to be calling any of you guys to feel sorry for me, because it's not going to be your fault. It's going to be my fault. And that is just the reality of RVing. So you should be checking those from day one to make sure that everything is good, especially because this is something too. Let me go on a little tangent here real quick. Sometimes when you're looking at travel trailers, it might have been sitting on the lot already for like 6 months by the time you purchase it. Sometimes it might have been sitting there for like 8 months or 12 months or 16 months. And it's had that time with UV exposure up on the roof. And I know that you should always be able to trust and depend on the dealership to check those things, take care of it. But at the end of the day, you're dealing with humans, and every single individual human being is going to act and behave differently than another. And as much as we would love to have other people take care of our stuff, I mean, I checked my roof the day I got my trailer. The day I got my RV, I checked the roof, made sure everything was good, and you should too. Don't depend on other people to take care of your investment. I know that's like what people want and expect, but that's just the reality. I'm trying to help y'all out when I say that. I hope y'all hear that from me, that I really want y'all to have a good experience. But that's just the reality there, and I hope that with those expectations being a little bit more level, we can have great experiences with RVing. You have a solid step coming in and out of the travel trailer. And then as we step inside, it does have a window here that does not have a shade on it, but it is prepped to add that thin shade. Now, as we step inside here, sorry it took me 8 minutes to get inside this travel trailer, but oh gosh, sometimes I'm sorry, y'all. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to these RVs. Like, I like talking about this stuff, and I like um, educating on stuff that I hear out there, and different things that, I hope that I can add a little bit of valuable information on. So hopefully you don't mind. I know there might be a comment or two of somebody being annoyed that I'm talking too much, and it's like, whatever. So be it. It's my channel, and that's how I try to, help people here. So hopefully you appreciate that. But look at all this floor space that you have in this little travel trailer. This is phenomenal. I really like this. You have your TV here that will swivel around so you can see it from both the recliners that are straight on. The slide out is pretty deep there, so it really opens up the floor space nicely. No carpet in the slide out flooring. And then you have more seating here with this Murphy bed setup. And then all the furniture in here is this cloth material that is so soft feeling. It is like my favorite furniture collection, I think, in a travel trailer right now is this gray cloth furniture. It feels so nice. It is just so comfortable. I definitely prefer it over like the vinyl style furniture if I had the, ability to choose one or the other. Not that the vinyl furniture is bad or anything. This is just better. And I know that's subjective, but I think you'll understand that too if you sit in it, feel it. It's just really comfy. You have the tables here so you can sit and enjoy a meal right here if you would like, or just, read a book, have a book sitting on there, or anything of that nature. And then so much floor space here. If you want to have a dog bed here, you can do that. If you have a small child or something like that and want to have them in like a sort of what's it called? Not like a crib, but and not a cot, like a pen, like a playpen sort of thing here on the floor that maybe they sleep in. That's an option in a travel trailer like this with all this floor space. So it's a really practical travel trailer that I could see a lot of different uses for. It also comes with these TV trays. You can see there are two of them. One is stored down underneath here, so that's where those TV trays will store right there. And then this is what they look like in the up extended position. They're a little like flimsy, but there's something to have a eating surface here. Two drawers that will pull out for storage underneath there, and they're doing a plywood drawer construction on these drawers with staples on the sides. Let's go ahead and make this area down into a bed real quick, show you what that looks like. It is going to be a little bit of a shorter bed. I love that they have just a single pin here, so no pin on the other side. That means literally with one hand, you can drop this bed down that easily. It is that simple to get into your bed configuration. And it does have a fold in the mattress, so that's something to keep in mind. It's a pretty dang good mattress. You can see how thick it is. But if you're really picky with your sleeping circumstances and you need like a very particular mattress, these Murphy bed trailers might not be the option for you because you're pretty confined on what you're able to fit into the space that can actually fold up the way that it needs to. Now, as my head against the wall, my feet hang off a little bit. So this mattress seems like it's only maybe about like 70 inches long. So not super terribly long. If you're over, 5'11", your feet are going to start hanging off the edge of the bed if you're fully stretched out. So if that's something that's an absolute deal breaker for you, there you go. Now you know. Push this back up. It just latches right in place. No need to, mess with the pin or anything like that. Makes your life so much easier. And then this sofa just goes back down. You have the flip down armrest. And you're good to go. It is that simple, y'all. That was all with one hand. It is that easy. Should have showed you this before I put the bed back, but you have some hidden storage back behind here. You can see how that opens up. And then you have a wireless charging pad on both sides, and then it does pop up, and it has a USB Type A and USB Type C plug on them as well. Outlets here, wardrobe storage, and then same thing on that side. On your windows, pull down blackout shade, and you actually have wood framed out windows as well. You can see that wood framing piece there. Gives it a much more elegant touch on that. Love the pull down blackout shades as well. This is just a really, really good travel trailer, y'all. I'm very impressed. I mean, it's really not lacking a whole lot of anything. Ceiling height in here can be a little limiting for some people. You can see I'm about 6'3" with my shoes on. So it's probably about 6'5" up here to a comfortable ceiling height. At the AC, over 6'4", you're probably going to start feeling pretty condensed in here. But if you're 6'2" or under, you're definitely going to feel comfortable and not feel like super crammed in this space. Bigger vent fan in this area. You have a ducted air conditioner. So not only do you have the AC in here, but it is actually ducted through this area. That's not something that you're going to find in every RV this size. Outlets and USB ports next to the recliners. I actually would have preferred, instead of having a little table side here, it does flip up and give you some additional storage, which is nice. That storage space will be useful. But I think I might have rather had just like a bigger middle cushion here and extend this all the way over, or just give a smaller bedside or a table side right here. That way you could lay out on this space a little bit more, or have the ability to like cuddle on here or anything like that. Sometimes it's nice to be able to snuggle up, Pull down blackout shade there. And then you have individual puck lights in the ceiling. Nice big mirror here so you can make sure you're looking good for the campsite. Again, your TV there, it's a nice, almost like bezel-less TV from Sansui. And then storage space all back behind here. You can also fit like a game console back there and things like that. So that's a nice little area to have there. You have your controls for your slide outs and awnings, your awning light, and then your water tank levels. Tankless water heater controls right there. And let's see. This here too, this is worth noting because this looks like this here basically means that the camera system has its own wiring system, just like a Delta, like what I have does. So you can use your camera if you equip it on the sides and backup cameras, or just the backup camera. You can use that camera when you're not hooked up to the truck because it's tied into its own power system. Some backup camera systems, they are tied in to the lights that are along the back, which means you're only going to be able to use the backup camera when you're hooked up to the truck and actually like driving. Outlets and USB ports down here as well. You have a USB Type-C connection on that USB port. And then in this kitchen space, y'all, I mean, look at all the countertop space. It is just fantastic all the way down here to the end, outlet back at this corner. And then starting back here, you got storage all the way back into that corner space. You're going to have a ton of storage in this travel trailer in general. So we'll start going through all of that. Got some more down underneath here. No individual shutoff valves on your water lines. 3 drawers here. You can see a slightly bigger drawer along the bottom. Another drawer here. And then coming along this way, more wide open storage all through there. So plenty of storage, no floor vents in here. You can see the heat is ran through this space right there. Have a little bit more storage through here on both sides. And then you have all your audio controls right there as well. It looks like there's also an outlet back there. This is going to be a wrapped countertop material. So it's not that like non-porous solid surface countertop. It's more of a wrapped countertop. A little bit more lightweight. Pop-up outlet tower here with USB and USB Type-C ports, or I guess USB Type-A and Type-C. Windows in here are going to have black pull-down blinds. So they're going to be like the metal blinds. That's just so they're like fire resistant being in this kitchen area. You have a knife rack right here. I didn't know they've actually been doing this for forever, literally, because my parents' 2001 old like hunting fifth wheel RV that we have. You might have seen the hunting trip I went on my Firmly Unbound YouTube channel. I showed that fifth wheel in that video on my Firmly Unbound YouTube channel, and it had a knife rack like that in it as well. And I was like, oh wow, that's something they brought back. I kind of thought at first that was like a new idea, and I found out, nope, that's like well over a 20-year-old idea at this point. They just kind of went away with it for a while. Vent fan to vent out smells while you're cooking. Got your microwave. And real quick before we go any further, we have liquefied here. This is a black tank treatment for your black tank in your RV. Going to make sure everything decomposes properly, breaks down properly, and keeps your RV smelling fresh. And then also, you can see here, I'm wearing my Firmly Unbound shirt today. If you don't know, I have another YouTube channel called Firmly Unbound and a whole company called Firmly Unbound. I would not be doing myself justice if I didn't tell you about it with all the work I put in. So there's a link down below in the comments and description where you can find my Firmly Unbound YouTube channel and go check that out. Firmly Unbound is basically like a lifestyle. We're RVers. You can kind of hear it in the name. Like, we're firmly unbound people. We like to go out and adventure and have fun and make memories. And then there's a whole lot else that goes into Firmly Unbound as well and what it means to live firmly unbound that I talk about on my Firmly Unbound YouTube channel. So you can go check that out if you feel so inclined. And hopefully I can encourage you to go live more firmly unbound. So keep going through the kitchen. It does have a split stainless steel sink. I'm never really a fan of the split sink. I have one in my home right now, and if there was like one thing I could replace in my home, it would be going to a single basin sink. So that's something I'm not a huge fan of, but I will say in a travel trailer RV, not quite as big of a deal because for me, like paper plates and paper cups and stuff like that is my go-to. I do not like to bring a whole lot of like stuff that I have to wash in my camping experiences. Have your refrigerator and freezer there. Nice size on that. And again, you can see the price right here and some of the specs. Going back into the bathroom, this is going to be the shortest spot on this travel trailer right here going in through the door. And you can see here, this is right at about 6'2", I would say. So if you're Over 6'2", you're gonna have to duck to go underneath that. Not a huge deal, but just so you know. Porcelain foot flush toilet, that's nice as well. My Delta has a plastic foot flush toilet, so a little bit more quality on that. And then you have a spot for your toilet paper, a whole bunch of shelving, spot for a towel there, and then 2 doors to open up for your medicine cabinet. Pretty standard size vent fan for a travel trailer like this, nothing too crazy there. AC is ducted back into this bathroom. Storage under the sink, and then you do have a stainless steel sink in here with a nice large base here on the shower. Has this style shower curtain, nice flexible material there that is nice and sturdy. And then when I step up in here, my head's definitely gonna have to go up into the skylight. They also have the blue accent light here, but let me step up in here and flip the camera around. You can see my head goes up into the skylight, and you could be about 6'5", maybe 6'6", up to the tallest point in here. And then it will have your shower head that will sit right up here. I would certainly have to duck underneath that or hold it over my head to take a shower in here. And then that is pretty much everything on the inside. So super curious your thoughts, and let me know what you think about the inside. And then we're gonna go back outside and wrap up with going on the non-camp side real quick, showing you that there. But like I said, I mean, oh, an Asdel exterior and interior sidewalls there, so composite panel sidewalls. I mean, this camper really has it all. It's a really, really well done travel trailer. I'm really pleased with it and really impressed. So hopefully y'all are too. It would be on a list of recommendations I would make for like a half-ton truck for sure. It's a great little camper. Has a through frame rack and pinion style slide out under here. And then this is different. I don't know. Huh. I'm not sure. I guess this is just here to hold these cables in place. I don't know if this is wiring going to like electrical plugs that are in the shelf in this drawer, or what this is going to exactly, but that's kind of interesting. I don't know, I was just looking at that because that's just not something I'm super like used to seeing. And then on the other side, you're gonna have your black tank valve, or your black and gray tank dump valves on the other side of the axles over there, with your connections for water and your 30 amp plug. Through here, you can see on this side, all you have is your battery disconnect switch and a little light. So that is pretty much everything, y'all. Very curious your thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.